What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Taking a Risk with George. I don't know if this is such a common theme with me being here, but I feel like I'm always alone. Nobody's ever here with me. You can see I've got these straps on. I did end up buying some waders, which I bought for the other property, the Hales headquarters. I was supposed to use it there, but I never ended up doing it. I'm at Camp Hales, so why the Hales not? It's absolutely scorching today. I think it's somewhere in the 90s with humidity probably being in the 80s and 90s as well, but that's not going to stop me from sweating it out in this swamp. Now, we do know that there's gators on the property, which I promise I'm not looking for gators. I'm not looking for, well, I mean, I am looking for gators, but I'm not looking to hunt any gators. That's not my purpose at all. I'm looking for artifacts. I'm looking for mammoth tooths. I'm looking for anything, bottles, stuff like that. I'm going to trudge through and see what I can find, hopefully before those guys get back, and I'll have a cool collection for them to see. So let's see what I can get into. First stop on my journey, I can't believe I haven't done it yet until now. It literally just registered in my head that I have not been back out here to check on my favorite palm tree. The one that's literally right behind the camp. The camp is somewhere over there. This is my favorite palm tree. When I came out here to use the bathroom, I had such a wonderful, touching moment. I sat right there on the bucket, and me and this tree just had such, we were connected. It was like we both had roots and we were connected, and we just understood each other for those 10 or 15 minutes that it took me. But I can't believe I haven't been here. I absolutely miss this tree. This was one of the reasons I wanted to come back out here. Uh-oh, it looks like it's getting a little brown up there. I think it's been missing me. I've got to get this thing back to being green. All right, so this is the super swampy area that Jeremy told me that they're more than likely to find what you're looking for. And the flies, oh man, they're buzzing all around. As soon as I parked, something just bit my neck. As soon as I parked, a dragonfly literally just flew and was fluttering right in my face. And then it tried to fly into the back of the gator there. It ended up smacking its head, and it just looked at me. It literally just floated there looking at me like... So as soon as I parked, the flies just started swarming. But now that I'm actually into the thick of it, which I don't see the swamp, it looks like it's pretty dry. Everything's crunching under my feet. I'm sure you guys can hear that. But I would love to traverse this and see exactly... Oh, there's a flutterby. Oh, stay away from patience. Or at least don't find a place. What are these? What on earth are these? Huh. I'm not going to touch. But that... Come on! Whatever. There's tons of them. There we go. I don't know what they are, but look, that one's a different color. Super duper cool. I hear creatures behind me. I do have these waders on, so slight bit more protection against any creatures such as snakes. There's a sweet dragonfly right there. Let's see if I can get a little closer without flying away. Oh, my stomach is making too much noise. Oh, there it goes. That was super cool. There's so many giant dragonflies. And look, there's a perfect path. I don't know if this is a creature path or if this is a human path. But I'm actually going to follow it this way, because I know this is Jeremy's property for sure. That way is questionable in my opinion. This way for sure I know is the property. And look at that, another giant. I think this is actually Jeremy's favorite palm tree. But then again, all of the palm trees are Jeremy's favorite palm trees, he'll tell you. And this is not as muddy as I was expecting. We came by last night when we were driving, And there was a distinctly wet spot, which I was hoping to actually get into and actually get into the muddy water. Maybe it's over there. So I do got to watch where I'm going, watch for creatures. There's tons of dragonflies and other types of flies flying around my head. And this is just palm tree central. Look at all of those beautiful palms. And they're palmettos. Don't let me fool you. They are palmettos. The way you can tell the difference is a palm tree is a long tree, kind of like this, but, you know, palmish. And at the top, there's a little fluff of palms. These palmettos, they grow and they almost look like pineapples. And then this is the big distinction, is their fan type leaves, how they have the stick and then the leaf. That's very distinctive to the palmetto. Palms are not like that. Palm trees. Oh, there we go. There's already something right there. A nice can from probably the Can Dynasty. Oh, I think I just found a shell. That could be my shell. Something's hopping away over here. Oh, it's a frog! I found a creature! I instantly found a creature! Oh my goodness, he's right there, a little black frog. I will not try to touch it because I do not know the wildlife here. Florida just has that that everything's gonna kill you feel, in my opinion. If this was back home in Ohio, where I'm from, I would hands down grab that frog because I know for sure I'm probably not gonna be killed by it. And then I just started my journey as well, so I don't want to have anything on my hands that I might wipe my face of some sweat and get some toad grease in my pores, and then, you know, before I know it, I'm looking like a toad. You know, my tongue will grow super long and I'll be eating these flies that are bugging me. And I call these tree nipples. Y'all know that. I'm very incorrect when it comes to a lot of the vernacular of some of these things, but they're actually called cypress knees. And what they are, so these right here, these are cypress knees. I'm sure y'all have learned that by now. If you haven't, I'm glad I could teach you. The cypress knees, so this is usually a swampy area. There's usually a lot of water, and the roots of these trees have to breathe. They can't be flooded like that all the time. Trees do not like to be submerged in water. So these cypress knees, these are actually parts of the roots that grow up, and they submerge, or I guess, yeah, submerge, and they come above the swamp water, and they're actually able to breathe that way. All right, there's the swamp that I'm looking for. So now I'm trying to remember, because when I was here with Jeremy, we did end up finding some skeletal remains, and I don't actually remember what happened with that. What the outcome, there we go, that's what I want to get into, is this area over here. So that's what all of these cypress knees are for. It's for when this water gets a little too high, the trees can actually breathe so they don't become waterlogged. And, you know, oh, that was a big frog and he just squeaked and hopped. I'm not that scary, buddy, I promise. I promise. Now I do have to, oh, there's another one. Now we do know, I probably should keep my voice down, but I'm not as vocal as Jeremy when it comes to this. My voice does travel a little. Hello, dragonfly. But there is that big boar on the property somewhere. He's the one that impregnated Houdini, and they're the ones that have the 6 kids together that hopefully we're going to find soon and get in that pen and wrangle up. That'll be awesome. So I do need to be very, very cautious, because if I do run into that big male boar, he will try to kill me. And, you know, I'm not in the mood to defend myself, but I will defend myself by running as fast as possible through a swamp and probably climbing a tree that he'll probably knock down, because those male boars ain't no joke. I promise you, you do not want to wrangle with a male boar. Even if you have a weapon of some sort, and if you have a knife, good luck. You might as well just run. If you have a gun, you probably still should run, because it's going to take more than one bullet to penetrate that thing's skull. And even if you do, it's going to take several shots to put that thing down. I know that sounds terrible, and that's in self-defense only. I'm not advocating any type of slaughter of this animal, but that's literally what's going to take. You better get out of there. The best thing to do is not even approach it whatsoever, but they are aggressive. So if you do happen to come by one, they will come for you. They do not run out of fear unless you can somehow scare them. But I think the only thing that might scare them, which they're not very smart creatures, would be a grizzly bear. And I'm pretty sure they would still try to take on a grizzly bear. I've seen several in the African savannah, like through documentaries and stuff like that. They'll attack rhinoceroses. They'll attack Hippos, they'll attack elephants, and every single time they lose, but they do not care. In their mind, they are the toughest creatures. So that is definitely not something. And in my mind, I know I'm not the toughest creature. I have to be the smartest creature. That's the key to survival. They're the smartest creature. So when Darwin said the survival of the fittest, in our cases, it's, you know, our intelligence level. That's why we've been able to survive for so long. And in their cases, it's strength, sheer strength, and determination, I think. I think that's good to say, too. So let's get into this water and see if I can find anything. I've always liked to make believe that I have a natural bug repellent, because I eat a lot of garlic and onions and stuff like that. Oh, no, that's not creatures. Oh, these waders are going to do just fine. I read some of the reviews on them, and they said they leak, but already being in here, I probably shouldn't have wore socks. That's just, I know I'm going to get sweaty. It's rubber. I'm wearing a big rubber suit. This is pretty much exactly what it is. And I'm going to sweat for sure. I can already feel my legs are moist. I love the dragonflies, and that's the same one I feel like that came up to me in the gator, which, oh geez, I probably should remember where I parked it. There it is. You guys remember where I parked? E2. That's parking spot E2. That doesn't mean anything to me whatsoever. I probably should have said G2 since I'm GG, but I couldn't think that fast. Uh-oh. See, that's not the sound I want to hear. One crack is okay. Multiple cracks, not okay. There's always the possibility of running into people out here, which that's not necessarily a good thing either. Especially in this part of the world, just because of everything that's transpired around this property. Alright, so I can feel that my feet are cooling down, which is a good thing. They don't feel wet, and I am wearing socks, which I was just talking about how stupid of a thing that was for me to do, because they are going to get sweaty, and sweaty socks lead to stinky feet. Oh, look at this. That's one heck of a hole. I don't know what would have caused a hole like that. I don't like that I keep hearing that sound. You have to be cautious. And stuff like that takes away from your real perceptiveness, because while you're looking in this direction, and you should be paying attention to this direction, you know, that's what happens. And a mosquito just flew in my eye. There we go. Nature has taken me out a little bit by bit. Let's get back into this water. Oh yeah. I don't think this is deep enough for me to sink. There are deer on the property as well. We did find that out. I mean, Jeremy already knew that. He has cameras set up, and his cameras are constantly going off to the deer walking by and eating out of the pig pen that he has. So there was definitely no question about that. So that could be what I hear over there. All right, and I'm shin deep. I love these. I can't wait to take this wader back home and head over to Jeremy's new place, which I should just do that on the way back, save myself some time, and go through the creek over there, which it's probably dry as well. This is in my opinion is dry. Ooh, that looks stagnant. That's probably where all the skeeters are coming from, and it's getting deeper, which I like. Not really having the opportunity to look around. Everything's mucky and mud. Ooh, that's deep. Oh, that's deeper. Which I'm not nervous. I can see the bottom, so I'm not too concerned whether or not there could be dangerous creatures in this. I mean, if there are, they're going to be small. Okay, so one of the reviews I read about this wader that I ended up buying for only, I think it was 30 bucks, which is not bad at all. I thought they were super duper expensive, but I did find out there's lots of brands that are a lot cheaper than the hundreds of dollars that I assumed you'd be paying for a decent wader. But you know, when you go cheap, you get what you pay for. So one of the comments that I read was the boots were too soft. I can already disagree with that. The boots are fantastic. I think they're the perfect. They're just like my muck boots, which I'm supposed to start calling them wellies. Apparently over in the UK, which a lot of you have told me through the comment section, that those boots that I call mucks, they're called welly or Wellington boots over there, so they call them wellies. So I like the idea of calling them welly bobs. That's what they're called, welly bobs. So already can say that these boots are great on this brand. Now, another comment that I saw, a review, was that when you get into deep water, the rubber sucks to your skin because of the pressure of the water around it. That I can confirm, it is definitely doing that. And with me being sweaty already, it's sticking to my skin. But as you can see, this is my knee right here. So I'm about in knee deep water, and from my shin down is completely, the rubber is definitely sucking to my skin. So I'm gonna try and get out of this. Now, hopefully once I get out of it, oh yeah, okay, it's unsticking. So that's good. That's a good sign and good news. And I'm actually gonna get out of this real quick and go find another path around. Probably shouldn't even wore pants or underwear. I hear a vehicle. That may or may not be the guys coming home. That's gotta be what that is. What's that clicking sound? I have been told that there's also wild monkeys around here too, so. And they will bash your brains in. Alright, another review I just remembered because I actually put in an application was that somebody said that the boots have no traction. I can definitely confirm that they do. These boots have a decent bit of traction. I'll even prove it. This is a rather small log that, yeah, I have no problem grinding on there, and that tells me that there's traction. And yeah, I'm very comfortable traversing this right now, even with how wobbly it is and having very little to balance on. Wow, that was actually ridiculously easy. Yeah, these boots, whoops, that did not happen. I probably should mention, these are something I bought myself. This is not any type of sponsorship, so I'm not going to name a brand, or maybe I will, depending on if you guys ask me in the comment section. I'll definitely let you know. Hopefully I'll find something cool. Something just took off right in front of me. Something big, like one of those screeching frogs, which is what I've aptly named them, screeching frogs. I don't even know why I came over to this side. I just wanted to show you guys that these boots have decent traction. All right, so I've been out here just trudging along. Haven't been filming. There really wasn't much to film, but I was also talking to a friend of mine, the guy who I was actually best man at his wedding, and his wife actually just told me, she's from Louisiana, which I knew that, but she just told me that these cypress knees, or the tree nipples that I call them, they actually, so she was telling me that the science on them is still unclear. They're not 100% sure what the purpose is, but from her understanding, which I love her understanding, I thought from my point of view, they just come up to breathe so that the tree isn't swamp logged, so it doesn't drown pretty much. But what she was telling me is that they come up from the swamp, from the roots, just like I said, to actually release the gases and stuff from the swamp. So what they're actually doing is purifying the swamp. And I thought that was absolutely wonderful. And she actually went to the Louisiana State College over there. So she was telling me that that's what she was taught about the bayous down there. So I love that there's multiple attempts at understanding what they're actually for. I think that is so cool. I love the way nature works. And also, I asked her what these were, and there's so many tracks. I gotta show you guys some of the tracks I found, and some of just the artifacts that I found so far. If anybody in the comment section could let me know, there's so many dragonflies. I am loving this. But if anybody in the comment section can let me know, those look like little eggs. And this is probably the best one that I've seen so far that actually looks and resembles an egg that looks like a cracked egg. What am I looking at here? Look, there's another one that's cracked. What am I looking at? These are not all over the place, but they are in a decent abundance. To me, from just guessing, I have no clue what those can be, and I didn't look it up yet. I believe those might be some type of lizard egg, some little lizard, maybe like a gecko, or even those little tiny monitor lizards. So that's super cool. I didn't touch them. I would not touch those because they look super fragile to me and I don't want to break them. But they look slimy. So to my mind, if they're slimy, that's got to be some type of amphibian. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are those lizard eggs or are they amphibian eggs? All right, so back to it. was coming up here, and there's more of those little eggs, which I just showed you, and there's more right there. And they actually told me as well that the bigger these are, the more valuable they are as well. But I would never want to cut one of these. If I find one on the floor that's been broken by nature, I may collect it. I may just leave it. But to me, like, look at that. That's beautiful. I'd never want to take that out of its natural place, especially for profit. That's just not who I am. I'm sure there's people out there who would do that. And then, you know, to each their own. We're all given the right to do as we please, especially if there's no laws or regulations about stuff like that. So to me personally, I would not take those. But, you know, if you come down and you take them off, okay, dokey. What kind of print is that? Do you see this? There, it looks like a toe, and a pad. And there's a little one right there, right next to it as well. Oh, look at that! That's not more exciting than what I just witnessed. And look at that, there's like a slip right there. There may have been a creature in here recently, but that's pretty cool as well. I love the glass bottles. I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to leave that. It's not my property. I don't want to take anything, remove anything, even if it's just to take it to Jeremy. I don't want to do that. I'd rather him find it naturally and appreciate it for what it is, and then he can choose to do with it. Oh man, oh man. Oh man, oh man. I hope the camera can pick this up. That definitely has to be hog feet. That definitely has to be hog feet. I don't think, not 100% sure. That could be deer, but I don't think that's deer. The one that I saw over there was definitely not a deer. That weird big foot, that is honestly unexplainable to me. And there's so many of these beautiful little black and green, they're shimmery black dragonflies flying around. I love it. Oh, here's actually a good thing to show as well. This is the beginning of a palmetto tree. This is a little, I guess I'd consider it an adolescent palmetto. So when it gets bigger, it'll start getting those notches on the bottom that look like pineapples, and then it just keeps going up and up and up. I just saw something else I gotta see. Oh no! Oh, I don't want to step on those tracks. I was hoping this thing was alive, but it's definitely not. Look at the size of this snail shell. There's a hand by shell comparison, and I'm gonna trudge through this for a little while longer. I was just notified that Jeremy and company are going to be a little longer than expected, and Guapo and Rob have actually had a change of plans because they were not here to go shark fishing on time. Their flight just landed this morning, and of course shark fishing had to start early this morning, so they would never have gotten here on time. So they actually decided, Rob and Guapo, I thought they were coming here. I was trying to do this before they got here, so we can all hang out and do some stuff until the rest of the crew gets here. Oh, I just walked into a spider. They're actually going jet skiing, so that's super cool. As much as I love jet skiing, I'd rather be doing this for the moment, you know. I don't think we're going to end up doing... Okay. That is not... My heart is pumping. That thing is massive. Oh man. Oh man, the curiosity in me. Don't do anything stupid, George. Oh man, that's gotta be a rattlesnake, right? Jeremy did tell me that they're aggressive, and they more than likely... Oh, look at that right next to it. Stupid as I am, look at that. There's a bottle or some type of jar. Oh man, absolutely still and perfect. I really did not believe that I would run into one of these, especially not that size. And I'm sure there's people at home screaming, why aren't you getting out of there? The reason I have not moved yet, I'm nervous that there might be more that I did not see behind me. Now I do have these thick boots on. I hope my voice is soothing to you, Mr. Snake. The curiosity in me, I feel like doing something so stupid. I want to get a better look, but I don't. At the same time, I do have my limits. Alright, I'm going to let you be. Please stay where you're at. I can see its tail. It does not have a rattler, so I don't think it's a rattlesnake, but that pattern is definitely not something I want to mess with. I think this is a good place to end this video and get the Hales out of this swamp, because I'm not prepared to be here by myself in case something happens like that, which is a good point. I guess this is the best time for a PSA. If you are going to go into the wilderness by yourself, or you do have the potential to be incapacitated by some wildlife, please do it with a buddy. I'm definitely gonna go find a buddy. I'll see you in the next one, hopefully. Holy moly, on my way out, look at that thing. It's massive and beautiful. Had to show that before I get out of here, before I die. I was backtracking and going exactly the way I went to get to that area. I am away from that snake, but I took a step and I heard a hiss. So, change directions again. So, dragonfly just landed right next to me. Hey, buddy. Look at that, so unbothered. I love it. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.